Hello, what's up? Welcome back to this Slay the Spire Let's Play series. In the last episode, we played as the Silent. Got a bit of a feel for the character, you know, we're sort of just getting to know the character's mechanics and everything, how she plays. We did quite well. We got to the final boss. We got her down to 12 HP, only to be thwarted by, I think it was a couple of turns ago, before the final turn. We made a few mistakes and we died, but that's okay. That's okay. Today we're going to be playing as a standard mode again. This for 2 more episodes. We're going to play in a standard mode, and then we're going to move on to the daily climb, which I think is a really cool feature. Today we're going to be playing as the Ironclad, and hopefully, or what I hope to do is, I hope to try and show off the Ironclad's exhaust deck ability. We are going to be playing Ascension. We're going to be playing Ascension level 1. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the road to 8k MMR. No, I'm joking. It's the road to as higher Ascension level as we can get. I have already got to Ascension level 5. I'm going to try and work my way up from 5 to however high we can get. Sorry, from 1 to however high we can get. Let's have a look. So we can choose a car. We can get 100 gold, lose 8 max HP, gain 250 gold, lose starting relic, and obtain a random boss relic. Don't like the last 2. I think they're a bit too harsh. Let's have a look at the map. We've got a shop here. We could always could drop in there to get the extra 100 gold. We've got another one here. We could fight it after an elite. Can we get up these floors without fighting an elite? Yes, we can. We can't go up this route without fighting 2 elites. So we could get to a shop before the elite and work our way up this way. Fight 1 here. Have a shop here. So look at the left-hand side. What offerings have we got over here? We could get a few question marks, campfire elite, another campfire. I'm liking this way. I'm liking the question marks maybe into the battle, maybe into another question mark, into the campfire, into the elite, then into a campfire, potentially another campfire, or a shop if we need it. Tough choice, but I think I'm going to choose a card to obtain. I'm definitely going to go with Shrug It Off. Shrug It Off is just a very solid choice. Now let's have a look. We can live out a damage to 2, nice and easy. These opening stages are always slightly slow. I mean, once you play the game enough times, these opening stages, you could probably just sort of fly through them pretty much. We'll get a bash off to get the vulnerable going. And we haven't got enough strikes. We'll shrug it off and end the strike twice. As I've mentioned before in the original Ironclad episode, it really doesn't matter if you take 6 damage. You heal it off at the end of the fight, so you might as well just get the damage in, get the fight over quicker, especially if you're trying to speedrun the game. Now, these are all pretty solid cards. I'm gonna go with the ghostly armor. I'm gonna try and go with like I mentioned, some form of exhaust deck if we can. I mean, it might not be possible. Obviously, Slay the Spire is a roguelike game, and it's a game where you pretty much, if you try and go for a certain build and try and force it too much, you're gonna end up in a bad place, a real bad place. This is a real bad place for us because you want to try and kill his enemies as soon as possible, and getting sort of 5 blocks on the first turn is not ideal. I think we try and make up for lost time. We try and take the 6 damage, and hopefully next turn we get enough strikes to be able to kill him. And I just realised 3 strikes is actually only 27 damage, isn't it? 9 times 3. And this time I'm going to block twice, so block all the damage. Take him down to 19, and hopefully next turn we get the 3 strikes. Of course we don't. It's not too bad. We can bash, and we can just ghostly armor. Take another 2 damage. We're going to be down by 2 HP at the end of this fight, but there's a bit of unfortunate card draw. I think always go with the flame barrier. Whenever given the choice of going for flame barrier, go for the flame barrier. It's such a good card. We will. We'll take the golden idol, and we'll become cursed. Simple reason is we've got a shop coming up, so we can always remove that from the deck. I'm not too scared about taking curses, if I'm being completely honest. So upgraded flame barrier is definitely the one. It gets 16 block and also deals 6 damage for every attack dealt this turn. Now, I think we work our way up this way and then just take on the 1 elite at the top there. Get the shop. If we take on the elite now, we're probably most likely limited in the elite later, because I don't really want to take on 2 elites a floor. And if we don't take on the elite up top, it'll mean that we. Oh, great. We'll play that card just to try and get our cards in our hand down. Yeah, if we fight the elite now, we don't want to fight the elite later on. If we don't fight the elite later on, we won't be able to get to the shop, so. Hopefully we get some. Oh, every time. Every single time. You can always guarantee it. Whenever you need just a couple of attacks, you get all the curses and nothing that we need. Just about. I mean, granted, it is our fault for taking the for taking the curses in the first place, but that's not what we focus on here. We focus on it being the game's fault. Could go to the armor to get it up to 13 block. Oh, and a quick side note, actually, we probably haven't seen an ethereal card before. What an ethereal card basically means is that you have to play it on the turn that you get it. If you don't play it on the turn that you get it, at the end of that turn it gets exhausted, and then, as we all know, exhausted cards get unusable until the end of that particular fight. So it's a bit of a risk reward. I mean, you get 10 block for 1 mana. If you don't play it, it gets exhausted, then you can't use it for the rest of the fight. So I think we're going to take the metallicize at the minute. Like, I just put I think powers are just easily some of the best cards in the game. Oh, now this is juicy. This relic gives us 3 damage every time we exhaust the card. If we can try and get this exhaust deck together, this could get out of control. We're actually gonna take the Shrug It Off. Get the Shrug It Off to the same level as the Ghostly Armor, and we also draw a card as well. We'll take on the mushrooms. We're not too bothered about the mushrooms. We've got a good amount of block. Let's have a look. None of them are attacking. Let's have a nice steady 3 attacks in the first one. So one topic of conversation for this episode that I thought would be interesting, sort of stopping point. Oh, definitely Flame Barrier. I mean, we're taking 27 and dealing 6 damage to all the enemies that are attacking us. I mean, we're going to be taking 1 damage. But you didn't see that coming, did you? Mushrooms, being able to block for 26. Okay, so the front guy is instead, as long as we get up some like that. There we go. We're going to be taking 4 damage just because we decided to take out the first guy, but in the long run we would have took more damage from not killing him, so that's all good. Got the regret. Not really what we want to see. Can we kill the back guy? I think we can. Easy. Yeah, so one topic of conversation for this run that I wanted to discuss is boss design. I was thinking last night, just as I was editing the second video actually, which should be up on YouTube now. We'll block you, and we will we'll defend. Just to make sure we get that 6 damage in the next turn, we can just kill him with a single attack, nice and easy, or 2 attacks even. There we go. And we get the odd mushroom. When vulnerable, take 25% more damage rather than 50% more damage. So you basically reduce your damage taken, which is always nice. Ah, okay. I feel like we go for the battle trance. If we're trying to go for the exhaust deck, I think the battle trance will be a lot more useful later on. And we're going for the elite. Yeah, so last night when I was editing the video, I was thinking about sort of boss design and other things that go along with that, and I just thought it'd be fun to try and come up with a new boss for the game. One thing I've noticed in this game, which hasn't really been explored yet, which definitely could be explored, is the ability to purge off different things in the game. So obviously as the silent, you can apply poison. And as you've seen with all characters, you take damage, and you also take status effects. So at the minute we're vulnerable, but we've never got any way of purging off the vulnerable. We can only wait out the 2 turns until we're not vulnerable, which is a little bit odd in my opinion. But definitely put in italicized to get that 4 block going. We might as well. We've got nothing else to do. Yeah, you just got to wait it out. I mean, it's a little bit odd. I mean, I think there definitely should be a card, something like Purity, which exhausts cards in your deck. There's nothing like that for purging your negative debuffs you have on you at the time. Definitely Flame Barracks. Put there, 3-6 damage. I mean, I know we're giving him strength, but at this point we're blocking for so much it's actually not really a problem. And we should be able to kill him this turn. Hopefully bash, yeah. So what my idea was, nice. I feel like we leave these. Not feeling a massive draw to any of these. Ah, here we go. Right, finally at the shop, so we can take out this bugger of a card. The other curse isn't too bad, but this one's a bit of a nightmare. Could go for some more block. We've got enough money for all of the relics. Ornamental Fan is nice. Vajar is nice, and Molten Egg is also nice. Flash is pretty cool as well. Have we got another shop this floor? We don't. I'm not feeling a particularly strong pull to any particular one. And in that case, I think you always go for the relics. I think we go for this one. Ah, well, don't have enough money for the other ones actually. I've miscounted that in my head. I'm gonna go for another ghostly armor and leave it there. Save my money. Save the rest of my money. Yeah, so as I was thinking about that last night, I was kind of just went over in my head, and then it kind of just led me down the route of, if there's nothing that can purge, I mean, why don't we have, say, I mean, it could be a colourless card, so it's available for both characters, We got the pentagraph there, which is nice. Got to play the ghostly armor just so we don't lose that. Great. This is a great first turn. Let's put this up. So it could be something like a colourless card. It could be something like even this could be called Purge, if you really wanted to. Nice damage. GG, bro. So we could be called something like Purge. I mean, it could have a negative side effect, like you have to exhaust a card to get rid of your negative debuffs. I mean, it could cost a lot of mana. It could cost 2 or 3 mana. But this sort of it'd be a pretty interesting mechanic just to put into the game, if nothing else. So we'll play the ghostly armor. We'll play the bash. We definitely want to be keeping these ghostly armors around. But then on top of that, instead of just having a card which purges negative debuffs, alongside that, because once you've got that card in place in the game, or even a couple of cards which say there's another card that does block and purges, say, 1 negative debuff, and you can choose which one it is, so you can choose to purge, say if you've got vulnerable, weak and poison on you, even though we'll get to that in a second, you could choose to purge a single one of them, and whichever one you choose to purge is your choice. Now, I said I'd get back to the poison. I think a really cool idea for a boss would actually be a poison boss. There's some sort of boss mechanic where the boss actually dealt poison damage to you, and without that kind of those purge cards, it'd be pretty difficult to beat. Also, you don't want to make it too outrageous, because then it can just become a little bit frustrating in terms of getting constantly poisoned all the time. But it's something that doesn't really exist in the game so far. I mean, it's not something I've put like a massive amount of thought into. It's just literally something last night, as I said in the video, just got fluttered over my mind. Let me know what you think about that down in the comment section below. I'm always a big fan of just sort of doing a bit of game design in my head most of the time. But a bit of game design is to try and... Oh, that's min. We'll defend again. We're only taking, what, 13 damage? It's okay. Yeah, I was trying to do a bit of game design. I was trying to make sort of, like, theorising new bosses and new mechanics in the game. I mean, the thing that obviously we're all psyched for is definitely the new hero. That's going to bring new cards to the game, a new character, a whole new archetype. Let's be honest. I mean, that archetype could be a character that purges things. I mean, because to be fair, I'm not actually too sure whether they're going to be going with that character, if I'm being honest. Let's Flying Barrow and Ghostly Armor. I mean, they could be going down. I mean, let's talk about that actually. We could even talk about that as well. Let's try and think about where the new character is going to go down. For God's sake, boy, get these burns out of here. Let's have a quick think. I haven't actually put too much thought into this, so I've just kind of been psyched for whatever it is. It could be a character that purges negative debuffs. It could be a utility character that's heavily invested in healing. Oh, sweet Lord Jesus Christ, are we dead? We're fucking dead, boys. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. What we'll do is, rather than call that an episode there, because that was quite frankly awful, we'll start a new run. Why not? That was a little bit silly if I'm being completely honest. At least we get the whale again. Second time's the charm. Let's obtain a random common relic. Jazoo bracelet. Okay, that's nice. Pretty nice utility. Okay. There's one thing about this game that. So there's two things about this game which annoy me. One is the boss relics. In my opinion, a boss relic, as I've mentioned before, should always exclusively be a positive effect. Now, that's not to say that certain boss relics can't be negative. So there could be one that's just straight up negative that it's just clear you don't take. But I feel like in this game, some of the boss relics, they feel like are positive relics when they're actually not. I mean, at least that's what the feeling I get from it. It might not be the case, but I mean, there's some relics that kind of feel like they're pushing it. Oh, this is a really good relic. It gives you more mana. It's like, yeah, but then you can't see the enemy's intents anymore. What's the point? Some people might say, oh, yeah, if you don't know what the enemy's going to do, then you're just an awful person at the game. And yeah, that might be true. But I think for the most average people playing the game, not being able to see the enemy's intents is pretty diabolical, if I'm being honest. We'll upgrade the bash, but we'll defend again. Yeah, but the other thing which annoys me is the mechanic of constantly shuffling negative things into your deck. I don't feel like that's particularly solid design of the game, if I'm being frank. You've got a boss mechanic where instead of the boss being hard to beat mechanically, you've got a mechanic where mechanic. How many times can you say mechanic in one video? You've got a mechanic where it's hard to beat purely because they don't let you play what you want to play. Like on that turn there, I still had a good amount of HP. Like it wasn't brilliant. I had 27 HP. I mean, I was doing fairly well. It looked like I was on for a winner chicken dinner, Fortnite style. And then you just get dealt 5 burn pluses in the same hand with no defense. Like it's yeah, it's part of the game, and I get that. But just shuffling things into people's hands, which just essentially stops them from playing anything that turn. I mean, that is essentially, what was that? Take, I think it was it 4 or 5 burn pluses, whichever one. It was essentially take 20 or 25 damage, can't play any cards apart from a strike. Take the max HP. We've got the Jazoo bracelet, so we're trying to aim for some more question marks. And that just, I mean, it's technically it's a fine mechanic. It's not a thing which is too bad in the whole scheme of things. It's just something which in the game it makes players who've played a lot very frustrated. If you can pretty much lose a run just through no fault of your own, because you can't control those things coming in. You can't control how many burn pluses you take. I don't believe anyway. It's just a thing that gets shuffled into your deck without any of your control. Oh, this is a hard choice. This is a very hard choice. I mean, obviously, I'm not looking at the Havoc. I'm not a fan of the Havoc. If you can make that work somehow, then let me know. I think we're still going to try and kind of go for a exhaust deck at some point if we can. Let's go Infernal Blaze. Infernal Blaze is one of my favourite cards in the whole game. That and Distraction. Brilliant cards. Let's upgrade it straight away. 0 cost, you guys get a free attack. Let's avoid the elites this time. We'll head up here and we'll head up towards the shop. But yeah, it's only really the 2 nitpicks in the game which just sort of cheese me off a little bit. I mean, it's fine. It's just when you lose sort of 2 or 3 runs in a row to random RNG, that's when you just sort of think, oh, okay, I'm just gonna put the game down for a little bit, and it's yeah, it's not ideal. Completely forgot where I was going with the new character. Oh, what a moron! What a moron, Rookit. Miss Lethal. I thought he only had 2 mana. My bad. Yeah, but let's think. The new character. Oh damn. Let's go shrug it off because we didn't go for Metallicize. Metallicize would have worked well with the barricades, but we didn't go for that, so we'll ignore it. Let's upgrade the bash. As everyone knows, I've got a bit of a thing for this bash. Christ almighty, how many shops are there up here? We could even go this way actually and get to the shop right at the end. Let's try and get ourselves a bit more money before we get there. Blue candle. Curses can be played. Playing a curse will make you lose 1 HP and exhaust the card. Exhaust. Head away exhaust and I get excited. Let's armaments. Probably should upgrade that first if I'm being honest. This is upgrades of the cards on the flying combat. I forgot I had it, I'm not gonna lie. We've got... Oh boy. Feel no pain. Feel no pain. Yes. Okay. Okay then, watch what I say then. If you like champagne, swing my way then. Let's take the... we don't need to take the shop anymore, so we can take the 2 question mark route and the campfire. Now granted the deck at the minute isn't particularly built for exhausting, but that's the card we were waiting for. That's the card which enables everything else. Let's find some loot. Let's find some loot. Let's get out. 12 cards. Ah, we want this. We want it so much. Please. Yes! Dark Shackles. Oh, was that this one? That was flex. What a noob. Alright, now let's bloody heal before this one. And let's take the Inflame. Fighting this geezer again. Go back up here pretty quickly. Definitely feel no pain. Hemokinesis. So new character. If we just pretend that middle section then didn't happen, we're gonna backtrack again to the new character. What are we thinking for the new character? We've got to block for as much as I can this turn. Well, yeah, what are we thinking? What is he going to be? We've got a kind of a poison block card draw archetype. We've got a strength, exhaust, a little bit archetype. Well, I think he could be. I think he could either be a purge. We'll take the 6 damage on the chin here. I think he could either be a purge archetype, or more interestingly, I think he could be a cleric. Something I've always thought is a bit strange with the Ironclad. He has got some abilities which... is it even worth playing the Feel No Pain? Like what cards we actually have left? Probably not. Let's defend and bash. Oh, we best not die again on this one. That would be highly embarrassing. Okay, let's armaments. We'll concentrate on the game for a second. I'll get back to the character in a minute. Nice. At least we're building up that strength to ridiculous levels. Nice. Let's hemokinesis. Strike twice. That's why we've got that vulnerable going off. This is going to hurt next turn. What's he doing? 14. Okay, that's not too bad. If we flex, we got 24 damage. 19, so that's 48. 67. I feel like that's definitely worth it. Look at that. Look at that damage. Easy damage. Hopefully we can kill him this turn. We only taken 8. That's 19. Hemokinesis, what we got? 25. Boom! You a little bitch! Made you my bitch. Okay, let's go for Exhume. As much as I want to do the double tap bash again, we haven't got any madness yet, so we can't do the double tap free bash. I feel like these two are counterintuitive to what we want to do. We haven't got many high mana cards, so Snecko Eyes is just poor. Velvet Choker, I feel like an exhaust deck is not something that we want. So we'll just get some card draw with taking off HP. That's always pretty solid for an exhaust deck. So where were we? Oh my god, this is a pretty fruity way up this side. That looks mental. We can't actually get on any pass without fighting an elite. So what we'll do is we'll take it up this way. Although we'll maybe avoid the shot. Oh, we can't avoid the shot. Never mind. Okay. Defend once, and we'll just strike twice. So again, backtracking, new character. I feel like it could be a cleric. It could be someone, because the Ironclad, he does have sort of healing abilities, and he does have sort of things where, oh, take off HP to yourself and draw more cards, take off HP to yourself and gain strength. But I don't feel like he has enough utility to make it work. Unless you get some very lucky relics, it can be a very strong build. But without those, damn, so there's a lot of damage coming in. Without those relics, what is it? It's 23, 27. Without those relics, it works okay for a certain amount of time. It works okay, and then you get to a certain point where you weigh yourself down so much that you. Christ, I might this card draw. Look at this. Oh. Let's play Feel No Pain. Let's not. I will flex. Could Feel No Pain again. Immolate. Oh, we haven't got any. I don't think we've got any states or curses in the deck. We might as well just get rid of that. Oh, well, it probably wasn't a good thing to do there, for being a complete honest. We'll just deal 12 damage. Yeah, eventually over time you grind yourself down so much to the point where you just keep taking a little bit of HP to yourself, a little bit of HP to yourself, a little bit of HP to yourself, and eventually you get to the point where you just end up just getting worn down gradually over time without that healing. Unless you get something like Hammer on the Bone, Black Blood, and you get some good cards as well to work with it. I feel like it's very, very hard to make work. Which is not really something necessarily that you want in a deck build, even though this exhaust deck is hard to make work, but it's that satisfying when you do make it work and you're so overpowered. I feel like it's worth it. Holy Christ! Let's kill you. Oh, rounding errors. Why you do this? Could regen potion. I don't feel like it's worth it yet. Oh, we'll definitely exhume this turn. Exhume the Infernal Blade. We'll get loads of block from it as well. Oh, what have we got? We've got Headbutt. Let's take Shrug It Off back. We can't attack twice, but let's Inflame. We should have Inflamed before the Headbutt, granted. There's a lot of damage coming in now. Yeah, it's just very hard to make work. So the new character could be something along those lines of a clerical kind of character. 30 damage. Okay. Well, we can take out 1. I want to take 15. You could have something really strong, just like some really strong form of healing that, where he doesn't really get too much block, but he just heals a crazy amount, which I think would be quite interesting. Not this guy, this guy. Little bugger. Yeah, but let me know what you think down below in the comments. What kind of character we're going to get. I mean, rest assured, as soon as we get that character, I will be putting the video up ASAP. It'll be a clueless video, not gonna lie. It'll be a video where I just don't really know what I'm talking about, and I'll just be messing around with the character. Let's have a look. Like bandages is something you can have with the Ironclad as a cleric as well, but it's only 4 HP and it exhausts it as well. So again, you can get a relic which exhausts it less, but again, that's relying on getting relics to make it work. Let's definitely flex. We couldn't have bought any relics anyway, so that's not too bad. We're definitely seeing red. And nothing else because we've got no gold. We maybe should have bought some more exhaust cards there, which I wanted to do, and I pretty much didn't realise that we'd run out of gold. Ah, Infernal Blade Plus all day, every day. Let's copy that. I mean, there's nothing better when you do you want to throw something on the fire to try and get something potentially good? Or do we want to just burn off a card that's not so good, which definitely will make them disappointed? It's a hard choice. Hard choice. Let's burn off a... Let's burn off a strike. Let's burn off a defend. Yeah, I'd be really interested to hear what your sort of thoughts are on the new character. Interesting card to get. I believe as well, once you get Infernal Blade Plus, it always actually gives you a upgraded card as well, which is pretty nice. Let's probably should have filled no fame if we did all of this. Okay, get a bit of card draw. We do want to try and get some healing at some point as well. Let's see in red. We can armaments, upgrade everything else. We can shrug it off, draw a card. We can inflame. We could defend to block all damage, but I'm much happier with doing some attack damage just to try and get through that block. As soon as you get through that block, this character is just weak sauce. He just goes down straight away. Definitely let's flex. Can we kill him? We can't apply the vulnerable, so probably not. He's doing 10 damage. Let's do the free attack. Let's bash and let's shrug it off. Yeah, and look, we did draw the strike there, which would have been useful. We've got lethal. Yeah, easily. Nice one. So we're continuing to make its way through this run, ignoring the fact that we died on the first attempt. We're just going to skip over that one. Second Wind. Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand and gave 5 block for each. I feel like that's a very last-ditch attempt. Because exhausting all non-attack cards is essentially, within our deck, exhausting all of our block. Which means you haven't got it for the rest of the fight, so it could be a little bit problematic. I feel like we need to get our deck fatter before we do that. Like, the exhaust deck just definitely works around just adding cards to your deck and making it fat. It's also a fine balance between not wanting to add too much crap to your hand so you don't ever actually come around to getting your feel no pains. Okay. Go taking a lot of damage here. Wasn't very much we could do about that. Feel no pain. Sitting red. Let's give it 6. 17 coming in. Let's shrug it off once. Nice and easy. So you can already see this this exhaust deck starting to come online. It's pretty interesting. It's kind of difficult to follow, especially, I mean, even for the person playing, if I'm being honest. I mean, sometimes when I'm playing an exhaust deck, I just sort of, you kind of put cards down, and then at the very end stage of the game, you don't really know what's happening, but it just gets you so much block. The card that we are looking for, this is not the card you're looking for, would be, I felt like a bit of a waste to use that much damage on him, but just to get him out of the way is useful, I think. The card that we're looking for, which, as long as we've got a fat deck, is extremely useful, is the, what's it called? Corruption, which makes every single skill card free, but it exhausts every single skill card once you play it. So it definitely is risk reward, and it sounds like it'd be awful, but it actually works. I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, nah, that'll never work. No, never ever picking that. And then one day I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna take it. And next thing I knew, I was at the final boss, and I was just I was destroying his life. Let's kill you. Relatively easy. Oh, and there it is. Oh, there it is. Is it too soon? Is it too soon? Is it ever too soon? I feel like a woman. Well, the Infernal Blades are getting exhausted anyway. The Flexes will get exhausted now, and so will the Shrug It Offs. Let's be interesting. Let's take it. I'll try and show you what it is. Well, essentially what you're going to try and do with this is you've got to try and finish the game quick. And this is an awful first turn. It was either that, or it was a toss-up between that and the what you call it, the exhaust 1 card, draw 2 cards. Burn Impact, I think it's called. Okay, let's feel no pain. Let's flex. It's Infernal Blade. We gain 1 vulnerable from Reckless Charge. I mean, don't want to do that. Like gaining 1 vulnerable when he's doing 3 instances of damage would destroy us. Okay, so we've got another Infernal Blade. That's cool. Let's armaments to upgrade everything else. We can flex. We can Infernal Blade. We've got the Rampage. That's nice. Should have inflamed before. What a scrub. Taking the 1 damage. We get some card draw as well. Taking the 1 damage is actually more useful than not useful in this deck. Let's play it. Oh, that could have been controversial. Not sure if that was the right one. I think we might die here, if I'm being completely honest. This book is definitely a bugger. Though we're getting some nice block from this. It's definitely going to be close. It's definitely flex. Let's exhume. Ooh. Is he? I forgot if he's dealing damage. I can't go back either. That's a bit annoying. Let's exhume a shrug it off. We might as well armaments. Shrug it off, draw a card, and then we can just give him a strike. So now you can see we get to the point where we kind of have exhausted everything, so we've got to be careful. Here we go. So let's block. Just draw a card. Felt like playing that could have been useful coming in earlier. What cards have we got left? We could get the extra block. Got a lot of wounds. I don't feel like we need the Sea Red anymore, if I'm being completely honest with you. I think we're past that point now, I don't really need the extra mana. Actually, that come back and bite me in the ass. But boom, okay, just about made it. Okay, so we've got the Lantern. Let's definitely get more block. We basically now just need to build a really fat deck of useful block items. Thread and Needle is nice. Definitely nice. Oh no. Oh dear. Definitely Corruption. And we're going to drink the block potion. Should have used a strike. I don't know why I didn't use a strike there. Okay, definitely feeling that pain. Let's shrug it off. Draw a card. So we're going to get up to the block we need just by doing these. Then let's exhume the Infernal Blade. Play it again. Play it again, Sam. We can't clash yet. It makes no sense for us to clash yet. But as you can see, look at that, 43 armor. This gets insane, trust me. I just need to make sure I don't die within the next, like, couple of minutes. We could armaments. Just to upgrade those 2 strikes. We've got 7 exhausted cards. What we need now is we need a lot of block and we need a lot of inflames. I feel like the inflames are going to be pretty key here, so we can do that. We can get the Infernal Blade. We can headbutt. We'll put back into the deck. We'll put in a flex, and then we're free to hit him straight in the face. And we're taking no damage. This this Thread and Needle is good. If there are any doubters out there, and you thought I was going to die, you're probably right. And I'm not going to say it yet because I'll most likely end up jinxing myself. However, look how this is turning out. It's going better. Definitely going a lot better. Let's just finish you off. Okay, now I definitely need some healing. Oh, an insane card with this deck, by the way. If you haven't realised already, is Barricade. I mean, that just gets silly. I think getting the 30 block and exhaustion is not. Well, no, it's probably worth it. Let's take it. It's going to be free. It's going to exhaust itself anyway.